I don't know how fast people always get into YouTube lives, I guess, but guess we're about to check it out. All right. Bike nerds, notification gang. Yo, this bike we're about to build is, yup. We'll get a few more people in here, I guess, and then we'll go over what we're about to build. I guess for the early birds, check out what we did. So if anybody was familiar with the shop before this, we built this tire wall back here. And then there was like this L-shaped thing that we had the tires in and they were always falling. Built a couple little new displays. Probably gonna have like more race stuff on all this than anything. But yeah, I just ripped down the old stuff, that L-shaped thing. You can still see it on the floor. And built these. We think it's gonna be cooler. We got a crap load of, well, we didn't get that much snow, but ramps are covered. Trail season's not open yet. Won't be open for a little while, I guess. All right. Yo, Paul. All right. Cool. Heck yeah. We just turned on like that super chat thing. It's kind of crazy. We got a couple tips on the last couple videos. It's pretty cool. Juicy Man game. Man, we're ready for your wheels whenever you are. Dang, yeah, we don't want a blizzard. We got like 3 inches of snow, but like half an hour north of here got like, I don't know, 8 inches or something where my sister lives. It's kind of crazy. We had a customer give us a monster fridge. Thanks, Nate. You guys want to, how many people's in here? 10? I guess there's 10 people in here. Should, yeah, I guess we can, let's go over what we're building. Who's ATV MX? Who's that? Dude, I remember, yeah, trail season in Florida is weird. All right, let me see if I can turn this down while I go over all this. Nope. So we got this build going on. And then we also have a park ranger that we're about to do. Brett, what's up, man? And then we also got a battleship. So maybe we'll do 3 different live videos every night this week. All right. What's up, Brett? All right, cool. I feel like this is cutting off my head. All right. So this bike is sick. This bike is going to be so sick. So look at this thing. I don't know if the light can capture it. Translucent blue Trail Boss with chrome stickers and disc brakes. Whew. better be ready for this one. Equal. Blake, you don't remember the first time. You've probably never built a bike, man. So I already built these wheels. We built these wheels a little while ago. We've just been waiting on a frame. Front wheel, chrome demolition zero rim, chrome or a high polish profile elite hub, tie bolts, aluminum axle in there. I don't know if you can see that. Fancy Tubolito tubes, and we did main lines, the S&M main lines on it. And then this one, yep, the rear, same S&M main line. We did 2.2 on the back. Tubolito because it, you know, it's light. We got 140 mil rotor, tie bolts in this, tie 9-tooth. Ooh, yep, that good sound right there. I see Slow Lee is in here. All right, the rest of the bike. I don't know if you guessed it by the stickers. We're going all chrome. Chrome R32s. Woo. We got chrome credence bars. Shoo. All right. Shadow seat post, fat profile seat, in all black. If they would have had the silver, we definitely would have done the silver. Come on, there we go. Shoo shoo. For brakes, we got the Batman Pajamas, XTRs, post clamp. Whew, check out that trans red 26-inch Trail Boss. It's trans teal. All right, let's do this kink seat post clamp. Are we good? All right. Gunman says we're back on it again. The internet sucks here. I don't know if it's the shop or just like the East End. Had to go get a seat post clamp. All right. Sorry for that. All right. Man, this bike is pretty. All right, where do we start? Brakes, of course. That's what I always like to put on first. Oh, Hillary, you blew it. Sick. It looks like the dude who, all right, so his wife came in and she like pried a little bit, got some information out of him, and wanted to build the best bike for her husband. And so she did a little bit of prying, came to me with like a good amount of the ideas. And I told her that we were going live to build this tonight. And she was like, yeah, he watches all the videos every time. And I was like, all right, I won't say nothing. But she's just in the chat and told me that she blew it already. He looks at me with fear in his eyes and says, this is my dream bike. So he didn't know it until, I guess, just now, and she blew it. But it's sick. I'm glad that I could do this, be a part of this. All right. Oh, where's the headset? Guess I didn't pull everything. I thought I did. All right, what do we got here? Be right back. All right. So I forgot two things on this order, or when I was pulling stuff. All right, so you know when you're building the best bike ever. We got to get that Chris King. Oh, yup. Man, if she had a single sister, I might have to holler at her. X. That would be my X as well if all bikes were dumb. Ooh. Chris King headset. Man, back in the day, if you had a Chris King headset, like, you were it. Got a couple. Let's see if I got a nice chrome spacer too. Even a blue one in here. Yeah, you had so many bragging rights if you had a Chris King headset when you were younger. All right, I'm gonna get some more headset spacers. These are the R32s, Odyssey R32s. If you had yeah, all the rich kids, or you worked at a bike shop. Yeah, you either had you were from the other side of the tracks, or you worked at a bike shop. Oh man, this bike is gonna be so sick. Who caught the green and gold one? When was that? Last week? Who watched us build that one? That one was definitely cool too. Whoo. Do I have more? What? Do I have more Chris King headsets? Yeah, we have a bunch of them, and more on the way. Suzuki Samurais. Those things are so cool. I almost bought a Samurai not too long ago, just because of like, I don't know. There's nothing screams 90s more than a Samurai. Yeah, this thing is sick. Brett, are you freaking out or what? We even did titanium rotor bolts. Forgot to put those on. But yeah, when she said she wanted to go all out, we went all out. We went all out. Usually I don't like to show people's bikes, show them their bikes before they see it in person. Like when we build wheels, like anytime we ever post a wheel set on Instagram, it's probably like a week or so after the customer already got their wheels. I don't know, there's something about like that wow factor of like opening the box up and pulling your wheels out and seeing them for the first time that like, I don't know, I think is the coolest thing. It's like opening your birthday presents. No, I don't. as long as you put a little bit of grease on everything, like you shouldn't have issues with tie seizing up in aluminum like that. Oh, Alan, did you see the NBL stickers we made? Yo, Hillary! Thanks. That's sick. Heck yeah, thanks, Hillary. Check these out. Alan, with your next order, remind me and I can toss some of them in for you. Andrew, if we don't, we have a big Chris King order coming next week, maybe even this week, of a bunch of colors. Dang. Loboto? I really miss the NBL stickers. It's just my friend, I guess, Paul, you might have met Craig. He does Cheap Seats. Oh, Cheap Seats Racing. Yep. He just had a buddy draw those up, and they're cool. Yeah, so there's some of Craig's stickers. Dude, thanks for those super chats, y'all. That's sick. That helps the channel so much. Yeah. Dude, Clayton, wait until you see the rest of the bike. I don't know if you got in here in the beginning when we started the build or started the video. But this bike's gonna be so sick. I'm so pumped for Brett. He's in here watching this too. It was gonna be a surprise, Clayton, for Brett, but his wife blew it. Andrew, I feel like you should have gotten that already. I think that shipped out yesterday. I mean, I guess if it's not, it'll be there tomorrow. All right, sorry for like this boring part. I forgot I put the wrong rotor bolts in here. We can't have these heavy steel bolts. Oh, heck yeah. All right, that looks way better, huh? The titanium bolts. We got tie spokes in here, too. The raw tie with alloy nipples. Shoo! Brett, if you can't ride this and you're not jumping the big jumps down at Gillies, like, I might have to repo it. Inclusive and saving. Yeah, dude, NBL was very, very welcoming to everybody, and it didn't matter if you were like super rich or super poor or whatever. Like, anybody and everybody could race NBO. I feel like nowadays, like you gotta have a good, decent amount of money to race ABA. All right, where was I at? All right. Man, I also forgot to put a chain on here too. Man, I really blew it on this. All right. So let's hook up these brakes. Now these are like the bad mama jammas. I'm probably gonna put these on my bike too. Look at that. Woo-hoo-hoo. Yup. Now, I like these Shimano brakes have a little weird like spot on them that helps them stay like supported on the bars, and I like stuck mine over my grips. Lobito, Lobito, cool. Thank you, thank you. That's so freaking sick. Thank you. Dennis, yeah, do whatever. We have a big box of spacers in here. It's not a big deal. I'm glad that they worked out. Come on. And of course, these brakes come with titanium bolts. Shoo! Ain't that pretty? Ain't that pretty? Look at that. Look at that. Oof. Shoo! All right. Yeah, this is a ATV MX Brett's bike. His wife surprised him with it, Tanner. It's so freaking cool, man. Yeah, I'm sure that's what it's for. I guess for derailleur stuff, but I don't know what any of that is. All right, I think I put this little mount on the wrong way. Dude, Paul, chrome rims are going to be a thing of the past. I 100% guarantee it. Our shipments of chrome rims are getting few and farther between. Yeah, who knows if chrome's going to be a thing anymore? is it still rubbing? Still rubbing. Yeah, Chrome, like I said, man, Chrome's going to be, I don't think Chrome's going to be around much longer. I also feel like I've been saying that for a couple years now. Not the tie bolt. All right. Was going to try and use the fancy clips for this, but they kind of suck. Zip ties are the way to go. All right. Too costly for companies' bike makes sure coming out they have to. Yeah, I mean, look at the S&M Mad Dogs. That were chrome. They were $200 more. And honestly, I didn't think that many people were going to buy them, but they sold out like immediately. And then those $300 chrome forks. Oh, sick. I don't even have to, I'm not even gonna cut the cable. Don't even have to cut the cable. Maybe I will. Maybe I will. Brett, how many bar spins are you gonna be doing? So a stock standard frame's like $550, and then if you want it chrome, that's like another couple $100. You're gonna be doing none of bar spins. Yeah, I'm gonna trim this down. He's not that. His old red line is not going to be touched ever again. The only time his old red line is going to be messed with is if he's got to move it around to get this bike out. Dennis, I think it's more of not like trends coming and going, but I think like EPA and environmental crap over trends. Sometimes you can get away with doing this and not having to bleed the brakes, and sometimes you don't. I will say that I'm not the best at disc brakes. I can do it enough to get by, really. Oh yeah, a lot of air bubbles came through. All right, we might be golden. Might be golden. Yeah, Paul, you just love to tinker with everything. Right, Dad! You made it. Whoop. Rad Dad made it. What'd you order? What did you order yesterday? I forget. You ordered something yesterday. Landon May. Landon, did you come in here to learn how to build a nice new bike? You know, a solid, sweet trail boss. All right. World champs. Sweet. Still feel funky. Still feel funky. I think it's just because they're not dialed in on the back. All right. Sick. No, I'm not. Honestly, I'm not the best at bleeding brakes. Not the best at bleeding brakes, so. Dread, we have a HAF. We have some SDA 500s out here. If you want that tank, we can do it. All right. Rad Dad. Dude, thank you, man. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, Brett. I don't know if you saw the beginning of the video or not. Whew, I was able to snag you a set. Chrome profiles. I might mess with these brakes after the video a little bit. Make sure they're dialed in. All right. A little bit of grease. I always say you want to grease everywhere metal touches metal. Let's hope not. Let's hope not. Let's hope it was just yours that went on crazily. And plus, Lee, I don't think you can I don't think you can pause a live stream. Ooh, that went in nice. That went in real nice. Yeah. Yeah, Lee, he got a tie spindle too. Hopefully it's not as hard as yours was. I'm kind of scared to see how yours went on, Dennis. I don't know, Lee. We might be in that same boat, man. All right. Yeah, the other day when Lee got some of these chrome cranks, and we I don't know if there's chrome in the splines or what, but I put my cranks on. All right. One thing with the profile spline drive stuff, there's always like a little arrow on both of them. Not exactly sure why, or what happens if you don't line those up. But they're there. A little hammering on that. Oof. All right. I think this is going to be a tough one to put on. Usually the tolerances with tie stuff is pretty tight as it is. Yup, it's tight. All right. Shoo-wee. I put a crank tool. All right, so I'm gonna show you guys a good little trick that I do. I didn't show Lee because I like to watch him struggle. Freaking Lee. So I just take a tube spacer to get the spider on, or sprocket on. So I just take an old tube spacer that's long enough to go past this part, but short enough to, have some threads on the end. And then you could hopefully just press it on. Nope, not working. All right. Just need a little bit more oomph. A little bit more oomph. There we go. Some advantages of spline drive are they fit real tight, as you can see, and they always run a lot truer, up and down, and you never really wear out your sprocket. But with the profile universal ones, this sprocket will fit every set of cranks. because you can just buy that little insert and you're good. Clayton, they are very hard to get. And surprisingly, I think we still have one set of No Boss 175s left. Yeah, so I think we might have a set. You gotta check the website or call us tomorrow. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put the profile tool on the other side of the spindle, put the arm down, and I'm just gonna tap this sucker in here, I hope. Yeah, let's get you a Trail Boss Dread. We have a couple here. Danny has been out sick, Landon, for like a while, and he's been coming in and like going home early. But right now he's actually out plowing snow with JoJo. Yeah, these are tight. There we go. Dread, why do you keep yelling at us? Usually profiles aren't this hard to put on. I think it just has to do with the chrome. Lee, where are you at? We need your muscles. Spit on it a little bit more. All right. We'll give it a few more whacks. Yeah, Dennis. So was Lee's the other day when we tried to put him on here. Kind of just is what it is, I guess. Shooey. Wonder if I could put that in that 3-ton press in the back. Woohoo! At least for one arm I could do that, but I wouldn't be able to do it with the bike, I guess. Shoo! Ah. Man, I look crazy hammering this on here. I will say, most of the time, profiles are not this hard to put on. little grease, a little tapping through. All right, hopefully this arm's not as crazy to put on. Lots of grease in here. Oh man, it's gotta be. Maybe not. But I probably should put them on straight. Brad, what do you think? Do you care if they're straight? I hate having to use a hammer on a bike. I hate hammering on bikes. Whew, all right. Shooey. Why are these doing this? Lee, it's not hard to one-up you. Dread, what are you yelling about? There we go. I feel more comfortable yanking on this now. Holy moly. What's going on? But it's just, it's really tight. It's really tight. Might need a second muscle on this one. Whoo! Oh my gosh. I wonder if I could put this in the bearing press in the back. Huh. I don't know. Just doesn't seem right. Doesn't seem right to do that. Man, I might have to take my shirt off. Tyler, no, I think the splines are good. I think there's the tolerances of them are super tight, or there's just a little bit of chroming in the spines. But usually with the tie spindle, the stuff is tight as it is. And then with chrome arms, it's even tighter. I guess I should have started with the bottom bracket on the, or the cranks on this one. I usually try to start with the kind of more annoying stuff, I guess, when I'm building a bike. That's why I always try to do the brakes first. All right, I think we got this arm all the way on. Holy moly. Yeah, this arm's on. Brett, don't ever ask me to take these off. Oh, you know what? No way. No freaking way. Well, I gotta take it off because freaking. least this one's not on all the way, I guess. But look at that. They are crooked. They're crooked. They're crooked. They're crooked. Oh, don't do this. Yep, Landon, you're right. We're blaming this one on Danny. Freaking Danny. All right. There it goes. Freaking Danny. I can't believe I did that. I can't believe I did it. I mean, I can believe that, like, I wouldn't get the sim straight. You know, everybody knows that I can't line the stem up with the front wheel. It's been a very long time since I've done that. Yeah, I swear, I think it's just some chroming process, like, in those splines. All right. Should go on easier, right? Should go on easier. Yeah, Brennan, come on down. I got a railed seat post for you to do. Danny's in here. Do we give Landon a chance this year, like, or do we set him up for failure? What do you think, Landon? Do we get you on a terrible bike this year? Dennis, why would I have a jeweler's file? All right. This arm's either going on or I'm stripping the spindle. I think it's going on. I think we're good. I'm not saying we're good yet. Oh, man. Danny, shouldn't you be like paying attention to the road and like plowing driveways and stuff? What are you doing? Oh my God. Jeff, you had a beer, you could have had it done by now. The shop is turning 21 this year. Does that mean I break edge this year? I will say, on my 40th birthday, Craig got me the closest to drinking as I've ever been. he was just like, it's your 40th birthday, man. Come on, take a shot, take a shot. And I was like, it is my 40th birthday. I should. And I was like, I can't do it. Can't do it. I don't want to. Dread, why do you keep yelling at us? I don't even know what you're saying. Holy moly. All right. Holy crap. Oh my God, I think we're in. I think we're good. Oh, this tool is hot. This tool is hot. Okay. Danny, what are you doing, Danny? Dude, Matthew, no, I've never had a sip of alcohol, never done a drug. Yeah, I hardly take medicine. Profile goodies in there. There is that. Throw this stuff away. Throw this stuff away. Oh my God. No. I tossed the tie bolt in the trash can. What a dummy. Okay. Okay. We're doing this. We're almost done. We're almost done. I might have to go take a leak. Might have squeezed some pee out of me. Dude. Rad Dad. I knew you were rad for a reason. I guess I take that back. Like, not if you drinking drugs, like, doesn't mean you're not rad. All right. I'm missing the little volcano cone thing for the profile crank bolts. I don't know if I lost it or whatever. Good thing we're like Profile's favorite dealer, so biggest dealer. So we have plenty of them. All right. All right. Whoo-hoo-hoo. These are never coming off. Brett, don't ever ask me for this. Dang. Thanks for some Gatorade. I'm going to need it. Thanks, Hillary. Lee, you would want me to jump in the shower. All right, there we go. It's really hard for me to work on the bike the other way around. I guess almost all bike mechanics always work with the drive side out. And I've been doing that for 30 years, so it's real weird for me to work on the bike the other way. Yeah, Clayton, I'm gonna need a massage. Hit that super chat and send me to the massage parlor, preferably the ones in Southside with the happy endings. I shouldn't say that. Should I say that? Am I allowed to say that on the internet? Brian, drugs would take away from bike parts money. Yeah, dude, growing up, I have to go get a chain. I forgot a chain. Rad Dad, growing up, that's all I ever wanted to do was ride bikes. And I knew that, like, all my friends that would party all night, like, they would wake up the next day all hungover, and I just wanted to ride my bike. So I would not party so I could wake up and ride. All right. We are going to do this We the People demand chain. It's the same as like the Hodor chain. It's the same as it's KMC 710. Nice solid chain. Chrome, of course. Chrome, of course. All right, let's see. Man, that Rambler swap I did the other day, I was blowing it trying to put that chain on. I don't know what I was doing. Was that on Sunday morning? Good thing I wasn't hungover. All right. I didn't get cones with my caulk cranks either. Ryan, some cranks you don't need them, and some cranks you do. I don't think the caulk cranks use the little volcano cones. Yeah, this is KMC Cool Chain. This is the exact same chain, just stamped with We the People instead. So it's cool to be able to support a solid company with solid chains. Whew. Oh yeah, you hear that? Brett, are you stoked yet? I can't believe that she freaking spoiled this for you, man. Well, I mean, you're spoiled for getting this, but also ruined the surprise. I mean, I can't believe she ruined the surprise. I have a $2,000 Trail Boss. This one was a little bit more. I mean, I guess it doesn't. This one cost money. Let's see, some extra. So these duo pedals, they're sick. They're thin. They're super smooth. Come with all of these replaceable pins, and they come with like a long set. So Brett, I never changed mine. I left my short ones in, but you can, these will be in your box, but you can swap these out for the long ones later. I guess swap them out if you want. They held my feet pretty good. Clayton, this is the profile push stem with titanium bolts. Are y'all trying to brag about how expensive y'all's bikes are? Shoo, pedals are on. Dang, I think we got a trail boss. I gotta put on the credence grips. I think I'm gonna swap this black seat post out. Maybe when we did the bike build, we didn't have black or silver seat post. $10 million Huffy. I mean, I got a pretty expensive Huffy over there. It's the carbon catalyst. Huffy's making a comeback. How about Nick Bruce on Huffy? It's kind of sick, right? All right. I think I'm gonna do the same thing that I did on my bike, where I took the lever and I put the flange up against it, but I put the brake lever like on the grip. Huffy over hutch, yeah. Found a Pro Thunder the other day. Those Pro Thunders are cool. Doug, glad to finally see you made it in here. Doug Sundquist, everybody. He's one of the top 10 Powers customers, I believe. Designed his first. The Huffy Primuses were sick, for real. Dominic, what is my favorite thing in the shop? I mean, it's got to be the bike collection. Something in the bike collection, I guess. I mean, sentimentally, it's my first GT Pro Series. But, like, one thing that people wow over all the time is the Nick Long Olympic bike. Like, that bike's pretty sick. I don't know. There's a lot of cool things here. maybe that's for another episode of what's Chad and Danny's favorite thing in the shop. This bike might be sicker than mine. This might be sicker than my bike. All right. We're doing the chrome C-post, of course. I had a black one on the order. God. Oh, man. Yeah, this thing is sick. I knew this thing was going to be sick. I knew this thing was going to be so sick. Landon, where are you at? I need to get you here so you can line these up for me. Brett, when you come in tomorrow, we'll make sure all this is like dialed the way where you want it. I'm just putting everything where I think where it's comfy for me. Even though the bike's a 1/4 inch longer than what I ride. And then we got a little bit of space to move the stem up and down if we need to. Dang, actually, well, according to me, these bars look pretty straight. These brakes are a little loose still. I'm gonna, I'll get them more dialed in, out, not on the camera, I guess. God, this bike is sick. This bike is sick. All right, we're gonna go take a look at this. We're gonna go take a look at this thing. All right. Anybody ready to see this? All right, where the Supreme Dirt Bike is sick. I prefer to, I like Tri-Flow. Paul, I like Tri-Flow for everything. Paul James, I do have a couple rally burners here. Or I got a couple rally Rampars, but I don't think I have a burner here. Where are we at? Dude, the electronical sign is sick. Say hi to my twins that are watching. Hudson Nash, what's up, dudes? Yeah, this is hard to pick. I mean, a lot of these Radical Rick original artwork is awesome. I think we're gonna keep. I think Rob's gonna let us keep this one, which is sick because it's of rooftop and not sure whichever the one. Yeah, here's a couple of your dread, so you can stop screaming at us. Electronical sign. Woohoo! Odyssey case. Dude, Hudson Nash, I'm so stoked you guys are watching too. I can't wait for you guys to make it back up to the shop. Here's a little Danny's brother, Timmy. I think, where's that Danny? I think that's Timmy. The chrome TNTs are over there. Are you guys ready to see this bike complete, or you guys just want to talk old school? What's the next add-on to the shop? Dominic, so we did this bike wall, or this tire wall right here, built a couple islands. But the next thing we're going to be doing, the next big project that we're going to do is right here, all the way down, we're going to build a second tier. I don't know, some legs and whatever. And we're going to have a second tier of bikes all the way down. And then I haven't decided what we're going to do on the back wall of this. But we have all this new space to display stuff. Haven't figured it out yet. This is probably another one of these two things are probably a couple of my favorites. Brian Foster's X Games helmet, Mike Aiken's first Moto Man. Here's that carbon fiber Huffy. This thing's crazy. Titanium forks. All right, let's look at this bike. Look at this. Oh! Woo! Dang. We should have told Hillary to stop watching so that way Brett can see it tomorrow. God, look at this. This thing is sick. Don't mind the dirty floor. I haven't cleaned up underneath the old tire rack. Yeah, Hudson, just get your dad to pony up and buy this. So the standard frames can only run 140 or bigger rotors. Yeah, so we did 140. Dude, I thought about doing that white Fiend seat right there, but they just get so dirty. My white seat on my bike is so gross. I didn't wipe it down. There's fingerprints all over it. Push them, tie bolts, credence grips. Yeah, now I just gotta wipe this all down. Probably gonna re-bleed the brakes. They're just a wee bit squishy. Yeah, I don't like that. If there were carpet queens, this one would be one. Nah, hopefully Brett rides this thing, man. Hopefully he rides this. Cool. Guess that's it. Dude, we need to get some batteries for our scale. It's definitely a little bit heavier than my bike. My guess is this, I don't know, 22 pounds. Yeah. Chrome Cobra. Whoa. Chrome Cobra on the front. All right, Brett. Yeah, don't come right at 10 o'clock because I might just cruise home and mess with these brakes in the morning. Thanks, Paul. Sick. Here we go. All right, dudes and dudettes, and little dudes and big dudes, dudettes. Yeah, thanks for the dudes that hit that super chat, I guess. And still weird talking in here by myself. Tyler, we do have a red marble coming up that we're gonna build. Yeah. Thanks, Paul. Thanks, everybody. That's it.